Study mathematical formulas that play with other kids. He found the world of science and math fascinating. There was so much to learn, and Reed wanted to know everything.
Yeah, just like me and you. Well, do you want to know everything? I want to know everything.
I want to know everything about flowers and bunnies.
Oh, well, I want to know everything right here. Let me read this. Reed was rewarded for his knowledge of science. He even got to go to the state science fair. His teachers were proud of him. And, of course, if you read, study, and focus that well, you'll become an expert. And that's exactly what Reed grew up to be. The more he learned, the more he realized just how much there was to learn. He was always reading about new scientific discoveries and dreaming that one day he would be a world-famous scientist.
Is that the Fantastic Four? Oh, who do you think this will be?
Well, I think that's Reed. That's Reed Richards.
No.
Oh.
I think it will be the Stretch Man.
Oh, Mr. Fantastic. Absolutely. Okay, you read this part.
Reed didn't lose his love for science as he grew older. He kept studying and loved it more than ever. By the time he wasn't a teenager and most of his friends were starting high school, Reed
was sought
after by all the country's best colleges and universities.
Wow. So, look, the other kids were just starting high school. And he's like, well, I already know all that stuff. I guess I'm going straight to college. Since Reed studied a lot, he didn't have time for friends. When he found out that he was going to have a college roommate, he was very nervous. Not only was he awkward at making new friends, he had never had a roommate before. Well, look, Lily, that's the opposite of you. You're not awkward at making new friends, but you've never had a roommate, unless we count Mommy when you sleep with Mommy. He wasn't sure how to act. His heart pounded.
I did have a roommate.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Who? When? Where?
Ami-chan. And also I'm about to have one later. That's GU.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I got 3.
Wow, nice.
I'm including Mama.
He wasn't sure how to act. His heart pounded as he opened the door to his new dorm room. Okay, you do this
When
part.
Reed opened the door, he saw a big guy who didn't seem very friendly. Although his new roommate seemed
Intimidating. You know what that means?
Reed also knew that he could keep an open mind.
You know what intimidating means? Stop. Do you know what intimidating means? It means scary. His roommate looked scary. Okay, keep going.
No, I said this.
Okay, keep going.
Hi, I'm Reed, he said, extending his hand. Ben took it and smiled. You must be the youngest kid on campus.
Campus? Mm-hmm.
Possibly, Reed said nervously. One might be the biggest, Ben said with a laugh. Reed realized that Ben wasn't what he appeared to be. He was a nice guy.
I want to read. By the way, you did a job. Excellent job. Reed and Ben became fast friends. They helped each other in class. In the evenings and on weekends, they would have meals together at the local diner. Reed loved cheering Ben on during his wrestling matches. They were always together. Reed learned how to be a good friend, and he enjoyed it.
He can eat coffee, though. No, they can't. Only tea. And oh, wait. I think Ben... Oh, I was right. He is going to be the Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr.
And
Fantastic.
also he's going to be the stone guy.
Yeah, he's called The Thing. Ben Grimm, the Thing. The stone guy, you're right. Looks kind of like the stone golem from Dragon Warrior, right?
Oh, yeah. But Mommy's still upset.
Mommy's still upset. Okay, let's keep reading, though.
In fact, Reed felt like he and Ben were such good friends that he shared something with him that he'd never shown anyone else. They were Reed's plans for a new type of spacecraft. He had been working on it for years. This rocket wouldn't need fuel. It would use cosmic energy like the sun rays to power itself. It wouldn't use up the Earth's air, water, or land. And best of all, it could be used over and over again.
Oh my goodness! It sounds like clean energy. Wow. You have some fun ideas, Ben said as he looked at the diagram of the ship. Because it wouldn't use fuel... Hold on, let me see. The ship could travel greater distances than humans have ever traveled before, Reed gushed. Reed really believed that he could make the ship. I'm going to do it, Ben. Well, if you do, I'll pilot it.
The two roommates parted ways. Even though he had been joking with Reed about piloting the spaceship, Ben joined the Marines after he... Oh, I think that's gonna be the Invisible Girl. Graduated. And there he learned to fly planes and spacecraft. Although they didn't live together, they kept in touch. Reed continued his studies, all while focusing on his perfect spaceship. He moved out of the dorm and into an apartment downtown.
Without Ben around, Reed was lonely. He became close friends with his landlord's niece, Sue Storm. The Invisible Girl, I think you're right, that's going to be her. And her younger brother, Johnny. Do you remember what Johnny's going to be? He's going to be the Human Torch.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, when Reed got the fantastic news that Yeah.
This fantastic.
Oh, that's right. I think they did that on purpose. Got the fantastic news that the government was going to help pay for his spacecraft project. He told Sue and Johnny even before he told Ben. I want to do half of this. Reed spent the next few years building his ship. Reed's friends were very proud of him. But before they could celebrate, the group was given some bad news. The government thought Reed's project had become too expensive, with no proof it would work. Okay, read here where it says it.
It was to be shut down immediately. Reed made a decision. He was going to test his ship before it could be destroyed. Ben told Reed he couldn't do this without a pilot.
Whoa. There we go. Here's all four. Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben. Go ahead, sweetie.
Look at this. The ship worked. The flight into space was smooth and quick. But suddenly the cabin went dark. The crew was turned about, and they all began to feel strange.
Johnny felt very hot. Ben felt so heavy he couldn't move. Reed's head felt as if it would burst. And Sue felt sleepier than she ever had in her life. Oh, okay, you go do this part.
Reed realized that the ship was about to crash. He struggled to turn on the autopilot. That's him, Reed?
No. Reed is Mr. Fantastic. Oh. This is Ben Grimm.
He struggled. How? How can he struggle?
To struggle means he tried really, really hard. That's what you mean by struggle here. He tried really, really hard to turn on the autopilot. That's a button on the rocket.
The ship rocketed to a rough but safe landing back on Earth. The crew escaped, and Reed figured that the ship must have been hit by a cosmic storm.
Very good, sweetie. When they landed, Sue said that she felt very strange. And suddenly, she seemed to disappear. She'd become invisible. But as quickly as it had happened, she reappeared. She called herself Invisible Woman. There she is.
Invisible.
Uh-huh. Okay, read this part. Where's this?
Something had happened to Ben too, Sue yelled out and called him a king. It was the only way to describe what he'd become.
Oh.
Reed had also changed. It seemed his body could bend into any shape imaginable. He called him Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. And Johnny...
I wish I could.
Yeah, I wish I could too. Johnny would call himself the Human Torch because of his new abilities.
He can fly too.
That's right.
With fire too. So he can fire things.
Well, yes, he can.
Daddy,
He's
you
all
have
flames.
a sword there?
Nah, that's just a picture. It's not a photograph.
Whoa.
Yeah, my friend Bruce drew that. I'll show you the original photograph. In the original photograph, there isn't a castle, and Mommy isn't wearing a dress. In the original photograph, we are standing in that pose, but I'm not holding that sword, and I'm not wearing those clothes. Okay, let's look over here.
And you're very much younger than you were before.
No, than I am now, right? Yes.
The group realized that Reed's experiment may not have worked the way he wanted to do, but it had done something else incredible. It had given them fantastic powers, and they needed to use those powers to help mankind, just as Reed intended to do with his spacecraft at spacecraft. And from that moment on, the group of friends would be known as the amazing, incredible, awesome, Fantastic Four.
Awesome.
Daddy, can we do another?
Actually, I think Mommy wanted to talk to you. Let's go see Mommy, okay?
Oh,
She wanted to... No, she came in here. Let's go talk to her and see what she needs, okay? Remember, Mommy scratches your back, so you scratch hers as well. She's downstairs. Let's go. Lily, sweetie, stop. I think you should tell her you're sorry and give her a hug.
Sorry, Mommy, for ruining your game.
Okay.
I'm super sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry for screaming at you.
Well, that wasn't screaming.
I got frustrated.
That really wasn't screaming, Mommy.
That was yelling.
It was pretty stern talking to, is what it was.
Talking.
Never do that again.
Then don't make me do it, okay? You're the only person who can. You can continue with your game.
Yeah, how you feel about that, Terry? You feel good?
On number
I feel good
Happy
too.
birthday.